Good afternoon, fellow BD4 builders. This is 903 Echo Pop, the finished paint job on it. The last video you saw on YouTube I put on there was the short field takeoff. So anyway, what I'm going to do is walk around this airplane and show you some of the things I did to this. This is serial number 267. So I had a long time to look at a lot of other airplanes and get ideas from other aircraft. So maybe some of you builders can get ideas from what you see here on this airplane. If you can, just go ahead and come up with your own ideas, but maybe enhance what I did. Who knows? That's one thing about experimentals, we can do that. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking. I'm going to move in here. I've only got for YouTube 14 minutes worth. So I want to get around real quick and show you these things. Try not to use too many uhs either, but anyhow, I'm not a public speaker. So anyhow, up here on the wingtip, I put my own strobe in, a $25 kit. Come over here, you'll see I do not use any gusset plates on the outside. You don't see any gusset plates. I use the gusset plates, but they're underneath the skin. Here, here, and of course, coming back to here, where the door is, there's gusset plate again. They're all underneath. So, just wanted to let you see that. I've also used what the Virginian aircraft used, was the inspection plate in the front here. Really helps out. The cowling you see is the nose bolt is the original nose bolt from BD, and I incorporated it into the cowling. As you see here, it's a swing open cowling. I have the rivet, or the yeah, I'll think of it. Anyway, the hinge line is turned on the inside so it doesn't stick up too high. Anyhow, like I said, I'm not a public speaker, so forgive me on this video. Okay, on the other side you see the same. I have the NASA vents for air. They work very well for low. Cool air does come in. However, I'm thinking about getting some kind of fan for the inside to get air in there. Looking here, you'll see this step I put on here. It's epoxied on with West epoxy. It's been holding very well. I've had up to 260, 70 pound person in the airplane. I also have put the brake assembly here. As you can see, I'm moving towards the front of the airplane now. And I'm looking down from the front back. And I put the brake assembly on the front of the landing gear rather than behind the landing gear. My reason for it is one of the BD4s early on had it in the back. He was up north and it had mud freeze on the wheel. It got thrown up by the way the tire, of course, turns when it's taken off. It's throwing the mud to the back, and therefore it creates problems. And it froze on him up at altitude, and he wound up losing his prop, and because the airplane had one wheel frozen when it landed. Anyhow, so that's why I put it on that way. And I also don't have to go into the gearbox. You can see here where the fitting is. I come right up inside the channel and put a fitting there and forward of the gearbox. And we'll open up inside. Again, I'm going to try to, well, that side's locked. Got the upper lock on, so let's go over to the pilot side. Again, by the way, with that fairing on the nose there, that made a big difference with turbulence. Kept it down. With it off, I got more turbulence, less cooling, and noise on the bottom of the floor from the air beating against it. So just a thought. Make sure you have that fairing on there if you're a nose gear aircraft. Okay, inside here, I have the wheel control system, which I mentioned about in the forum. So you can see the wheel control. I'm going to try to come underneath here and show you. If anybody's interested in any drawings on this, I can certainly get them to you. There, you can look up, you can see the sprockets right there. and where it swings back and forth here at the bottom. I have these 2 nylon pieces of guides, keep it from rubbing anywhere down in the gearbox where the pulleys are that transfer the cables to the outside here. They're right on the center line, so they come underneath here where your floor is raised up here. Also, if you look inside, for people that have asked about the springs, if you look inside, you can see the springs. Try to focus on them. And you don't see them too well. Anyway, the springs are right there, and they go forward, and there's a dowel pin that you can just about make out up there on the front. There's a dowel pin going across. That's where they attach to, just in case anybody's interested. The brakes work real well. I put this little pulley up here, and you pull down, or you pull out the parking brake, and you can see what it does. It just pulls up on that and puts the parking brake in place. Simple but effective. And inside here I'm using Velcro for all the upholstery so I can take it down. I haven't finished, as you can see. I got more to go. Again, I'm going to do a couple different things on the door yet. I'm not really happy with it, but anyhow, it's slowly coming. In the back here, I've got the back down. You can see that door you see is to the luggage compartment. That swings up and closes up the luggage compartment. And here's, I've just moved the seat forward. I got the rear seat. My seats are different. It's not the bench seat. It's hard to show you, obviously, but if you look down here, I'm going to move the camera down. I'm not really looking, so I don't know what, but I got a tube running across here, and it goes all the way across to the other side. It's split in the center, and anyway, that's basically how we're connecting, and we have it bolted to the side channel here. So I hope you can get these in the video. Not sure how much you'll see. But anyway, that's it for the controls. I have what they call an electronic control system that I threw together. That's up here. I really won't go into that. That's just little fancy stuff, so I don't have very many switches on the panel. Okay, that's about it then. Come back out. Now back here on the rudder, I've got the same thing a lot of airplanes had, is that tab. I found that on a couple of the flights that the ball wasn't centered, and with that tab it throws it centered. It's take your feet off the rudder pedals and it flies just fine. So that's it, everybody. Lots of luck on building, and maybe we'll get to see everybody's aircraft someday.